Hi again, everyone. Have a message here from Eva. Hey, Ollie, I'm really interested to hear your take on this affluenza case in Texas. I try not to let the outside world get under my skin too much. Enough crap of my own to deal with every day. But this case really pisses me off. And for those of you who don't know the case she's talking about, there was a case of this kid. He was 15, and he was drunk and he killed 4 people in a DUI accident, driving while intoxicated. And the lawyer argued he's not responsible because he suffers from affluenza, because his parents have so much money he didn't understand right and wrong. And he got off on that, got sentenced to probation. And then what happened? One of the terms of his probation was he couldn't drink for like 10 years or something. I think he got like 10 years probation. And he was in college. He was at like a dorm party, and they were playing beer pong, and someone videoed it, and the news and then the media ran with it, and he was going to get called back into court for probation violation. And the mother picked up and ran with him, and they found them in Mexico a couple weeks later. This is a case of the lengths that the mother will go, that a narcissistic mother will go to protect that son husband. My take on it is that this is a case of spoiled narcissistic golden child and his narcissistic mother or parents literally getting away with murder because they have money and can pay an attorney and maybe pay off others. I know corruption exists in our U.S. court system, criminal and especially family courts, to make up some bullshit, and that's exactly right. There's no justice in the court system. It's about money. If you got enough money to hire a big enough lawyer to get out, you're going to get out. Affluenza, are you kidding me? Lawyer got the kid off on multiple DUI homicides, saying the poor boy, 17 at the time, I think, was a victim of poor parenting and didn't know the difference between right and wrong, so can't be held accountable for what he did. Like all narcissists, he certainly did know what he did was wrong, in my opinion. I call bullshit on the whole deal. Based what I read on the case, the facts contradict the legal spin. He made statements at that time, or perhaps earlier DUI when he was 15, that he could get off being held accountable because of who he is. Dad has lots of money, seems to have a history of buying himself out of trouble. The fact that he's making statements that he can get away with breaking the law because his parents have money proves the opposite of what his defense attorney is trying to claim, in my opinion. That shows to me a clear understanding that he's not subject to the rules others are subject to. Can you say grandiosity? And understands this privilege is directly related to being a have as opposed to the rest of us have-nots that don't have the wealth to buy our way out of trouble. Also, if he doesn't understand the difference between right and wrong, he wouldn't have fled to the country to Mexico when he was outed on social media for being at a party with alcohol last fall in violation of his parole. An innocent man, or one lacking the mental capacity to understand he's breaking the rules, doesn't flee the country and go into hiding when he's in danger having to face consequences of his action. The golden child narcissist sure does, though. Again, I would really love to hear your take on the case. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Eva. Well, you kind of summed it up all there. But you're right about this all being about narcissism, that case. That mother, he is the golden child's son husband, and that mother would do anything to keep him out of trouble. And he is the perfect example of the entitled little son husband bitch boy that'll do anything mommy says and thinks he's entitled to do anything because mommy will bail him out. I mean, she fled with him to Mexico. She get more time than he does for that, by the way. And they actually ended up getting more time than the actual probation violation would have caused. Because the long and the short of it is, if he was out on a DUI or something, they would have considered that pretty serious. He's a college kid playing beer pong in a dorm room, yeah, it's against probation and all, but there wouldn't have been much consequence to that. They got more consequence because they ran. And that's always, and that's poetic justice. That's karma. When the narcissist's own tactics make the result worse for them. And that's really what you're seeing here, is the narcissist's own tactics, blew up in their face. But this is a perfect example of the entitled golden child and the son husband that the narcissistic mother creates. So thank you for sending me this. I should have done a story. I should have talked about this earlier, but I just never got around to it. But it's a good topic, and it's a good example of how money buys these narcissists out of the court system, helps them avoid justice, helps them manipulate it. The entitlement of the golden child, and the lengths that the narcissistic mother will go through or go to protect that son husband. So I wonder if they have other kids or what they have to say about mom. Probably not good. Probably not. So thank you again for the question. Thank you to everybody watching. If you have a story you'd like on the channel, or audio, or a topic you'd like me to cover, or you would just like to contribute, you know what to do with the PayPal link in the description box. Or if you just want to send me your story, go ahead and send it. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon.